Welcome, everybody. It's Thursday night, so you know what that means. It's time for another episode of Radiation Therapy, the only podcast clinically proven to kill acute cases of social justice cancer. I am your host at the Brash Rhino. With me is Jay Fry.
Hello.
And tonight we have a special guest, our first here on Radiation Therapy, and that is Bryden Proctor. He is founder of arcmedia.org, that's arcmedia.org, host of Hollywood Babylon and Right to Bryden. Bryden, how you doing tonight?
Doing great there, guys. Great day for me. Glad to be here.
Excellent. We're so happy to have you on the program tonight. All right, we got a lot of topics to get to tonight, so we're going to just dive right in. The first one is an article entitled "The Exhaustion of American Liberalism." This was put out by the Wall Street Journal, written by a man named Shelby Steele. You guys had a chance to look over this article, didn't you?
Yeah.
What we were supposed to do the research beforehand?
Oh, just occasionally. Basically, what this article, you saw the picture, awesome. Basically, what this article is about is the lie of white guilt and what grew out of that after the 60s. And basically the point is that white guilt is not really guilt, that white people are not sitting around losing sleep at night over the sins of their ancestors. And what white guilt actually is a fear of being labeled with outdated terms of bigotry. So, homophobia, racism, all that kind of stuff.
Oh, no. All the good stuff.
And while that stuff obviously does exist, certainly throughout the United States and the world, by and large, it is not an institutional type of thing. It doesn't exist institutionally. It doesn't exist as a cultural majority. And so it's just sort of this sort of thing, the white guilt bred into liberalism that's not actually real liberalism. It's fake liberalism. It's more concerned about control than it is with actual liberties. Liberalism used to mean something much different than it does today. I think we would all agree on that one. And basically, oh, sorry, go ahead.
An article like this came out of the Wall Street Journal at the beginning of March.
Yeah. This is one that thanks for pointing that out. I forgot to mention that. This is an article I totally missed when it came out, and it came across my feed earlier this week, and I thought it was a pretty excellent article, especially coming from the Wall Street Journal. Makes some excellent points and does a little bit of a takedown when it comes to the left.
Yeah, it's Wall Street Journal. This is the first white guilt titled story that hasn't particularly pissed me off, and I'm 2 paragraphs in.
Yeah.
I'm 4 paragraphs in, and you guys haven't maybe pulled out a single hair. You guys are, what? We're not responsible. Holy crap.
Yeah, I know. And it takes this let me start over. So this paragraph I'm looking at right now, it says, perhaps the Obama presidency was the culmination of the age of white guilt, so that this guiltiness has entered its denouement. And I like that. I like that this guy is saying, hey, look, this white guilt thing has basically, it's gotten to the top, and it's starting to come down. People, younger generations are rejecting this notion that they are responsible for the sins of their fathers, which I think is insane in any sphere of thinking. Should no one be held responsible for the sins of their fathers? It's just ridiculous.
Okay, and I agree with you that we shouldn't be held responsible for the sins of our fathers, but we should also, take pride in the accomplishments of our ancestors which is something that, you know, when I look at this white guilt thing, like the article says, and like you were saying, it's never about the actual history. It's never about any of that. It's just that it's this Marxist way of thinking of like, hey, you're the one that I perceive to be in power. So you need to go ahead and feel bad about yourself, and you need to go ahead and beat yourself down. What this article really misses is that I'm sorry, Democrats, the classical liberal, like, you know, the Bill Maher, and to, you know, his credit for what he is, you know, Milo Yiannopoulos, you know, more classical liberal based people like the Dave Rubins and maybe more like you guys, even the classical liberal, okay, freedom, that's fine, but not quite Ann Capistan and not the modern libertarian. What they're missing is it's been taken over by fucking communists. And you can say cultural Marxist really all you want, but that's kind of always been part of Marxism. I mean, before it was class, and now it's race, and it's just it's to extinguish whoever is accomplished or perceived to be accomplished, and, you know, tear them down and blame all of your problems on them. And what it did was it reached peak communism, is what it did with Obama saying like, oh yeah, Trayvon could have been my son, which is, it's like, no, because, you know, we all know that those kids aren't your kids, because trannies can't have kids, dude. Michelle didn't birth those kids. I know that. But you know what the left has become with their, you know, Elizabeth Warrens, shit like that. I mean, I even see people are not thrilled with Antifa. They're looking at that and they're going, I fucking hate commies, because Americans hate commies. That article misses that, is that the people that took this over are, you know, radical anti-whites, and I mean, the same thing that happened to the neocons, or to the Conservative Party, was the neocons. You got the neoliberals, who are controlled, you know, typically by Jewish interests, and you know, those people. So it's Marxism that infected them, and white guilt is a wonderful commodity to sell, and that's kind of, I mean, I think the article really misses the Jewish problem with this and the Marxist problem with it. But maybe I'm just getting ahead of myself.
Bryden Proctor toned down, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you, Bryden. I appreciate that you said the children were born and not hatched, and that you barely mentioned the Jew at all. I want to thank you for that. One thing that has never really been hit on in America in the last century is class distinction. They've tried it a little bit, but it's never really sought in. You have the elite, but that's all they're ever called, is the elite. You don't get into the bourgeoisie and the proletariat, because that kind of stuff still doesn't fly in the country. You can separate people by colors.
But they did during the Occupy Wall Street. You remember the 1%, and everybody was mad at the 1%, and I was mad at the 1% too. But I didn't know who I was really mad at. I was so close, Brad, and I was so close so many years back. But they did do that, and they still kind of, Bernie Sanders. I mean, you can't deny that Jewish fellow had a lot of pull in this election, had he not been screwed over by Hillary. But he also preyed on the white guilt. So that's what they do.
But we're talking about one set of rallies. That's the totality of it, and a failed presidential bid. They're the elitist. You know, no one's mad at George Soros on the left, even though he is, by every definition, a Nazi collaborator, an elitist. Like, no one's upset with him about it. Like, yay, fund me, daddy. Is all Soros gets. They do not take out any of the vitriol towards him or his ilk, really. It's only Republicans with money that can be the elite 1% of evil.
Well, and it goes, that basically what you just said, that statement boils down to everything on the left. The left is completely hypocritical with and there's kind of a couple of categories. There's either people with zero self-awareness or people who know exactly what's going on. And that's like with George Soros. I mean, how much shit did the Koch brothers catch for the entirety of the Bush administration? and throughout the Obama administration for being basically the epitome of evil, funding, all accused of secretly funding all these right-wing hate groups, etc., on and on and on. And then you get a guy like George Soros, who is actually doing stuff like that, except he's doing it on the left, so it's okay. Just like everything with the left, violence was absolutely the worst sin that could be committed during the Obama years. Now, open season.
Yeah, it's like, this tea party started by Nancy in her garage. That's some AstroTurf. But this professional website we got for BLM trademark is it's going straight through the roof. Yep. We've got it good here, people. This is a real organization, not founded by a cop killer.
I mean, shit. The flag of the Democratic Party, though, has been for the longest time anti-white. And it's shown by how they lost the white working class in this last election. I mean, and everybody just assumed the white working class, they'll probably vote Republican, and the Republican Party had kind of, didn't really care too much about them either. But I mean, they lost the white working class, and they got caught up in, the whites who are going to vote for the Republicans are going to vote for the Republicans, and the whites who are going to vote for the Democrats are going to vote for the Democrats. We need not worry about them. The Democratic Party said, let's try to bring in as many minorities and have the biggest camp ever with our, Muslims and our gays and our blacks and our, Asians and our, Indians, both Wawa and both, Dot Dot and Feather, and all of them. They had this thing, and it got, if you get all those people together and you say, we don't really care about white people, we want to listen to you, and let's have the progressive stack, because the communism crept in there, because of the, influence in these schools and things like that, they were the Marxists in the 60s. Those are the people that are running the schools now. It just kind of reached critical mass, and that's why you saw the rise in nationalism. I mean, it wasn't just Trump. It just took a big bolsterous dude to come along and do that. I don't think that they care about white people, and if they want to make their party the party of non-whites, I think that that's a little more honest, and why not? But you can't make everybody else feel fucking guilty about it. That's dumb. They did it to themselves. White guilt is dumb. You should be proud of who you are.
Yeah, I saw.
Speaking of Pocahontas.
Yeah, there's actually an excellent paragraph on her in the article. Let's go ahead and read some of that. Let me find that real quick.
I still...
Okay, so...
Even though it's a week later, I still feel nauseous when you say you're about to read something.
Oh, did you have something? You can go ahead and say something if you got it.
No. Just from last week's spoken word reiteration of butt stuff, it still... gives me palpitations that you're claiming you're about to read something.
Excellent. Well, I'm not going to read it in my sexy voice this time, so I'm sorry you're out of luck.
I missed that. What did I walk into?
Did you see the Bill Nye video that went around with the song?
Yeah. Bill Nye, the Weimar guy. Yeah, I don't care. No. Okay.
I read the lyrics of that horrible song in my sexiest, steamiest voice. So if you truly want to hear a masterpiece,
take a miss on that.
You can listen.
I wish I could.
You wish that Doc Brown would roll up in the DeLorean. You could go back in time and stop me.
I was driving and I was just looking for like a low median so I could cross an oncoming traffic.
You were driving, yeah. Okay,
the temptation was real.
So just real quick on Elizabeth Warren. So you guys remember when she was opposing Jeff Sessions? She read that Coretta Scott King letter. Hoping to, and the article says, hoping to stop Jeff Sessions' appointment as Attorney General. There it was.
You got shut down for being a jerk.
Yeah, there it was with deadly
jerk.
This is the best part. There it was with deadly predictability. A white liberal stealing moral authority from a black heroine in order to stigmatize a white male as racist. When Ms. Warren was finally told to sit, there was real mortification behind her glaring eyes. Because you know what? 10 years ago, that shit might have worked.
Mhm.
It really might have worked. But
I like that they called her white. I mean, whoa, guys. She's
believe-
you know,
She's
I believe
116
this-
Cherokee. You
I
fucking
believe
respect
some-
that agency.
yeah, no, she is 116. Yeah, exactly. She is
Honorary.
Pocahontas. Yeah, that that kills me that why is she not nailed to the wall for that?
she's
Like,
Democrat.
isn't
Dude,
I mean
that's some
that
racist shit.
is well that is the answer. But she is a white woman who pretended to be Native American to get to basically get a job. She stole a job from someone who
No, she stole a scholarship.
was it a
originally.
scholarship? Okay,
She
I had heard it
started
was
with the
Shackleton.
scholarship. She got like 2 of them.
Yeah,
for
okay, so
being,
she stole a scholarship
You
from
know,
from some that
feather,
just
not
seems
red dot.
that just seems to me that this goes back to the hypocrisy issue too. It seems that any activist out there who was honest with themselves would be all over that. But silence. She is a hero.
Mhm.
And I was actually listening to a podcast earlier today where a guy was saying, "Oh, I want Elizabeth Warren as president. I want her as president." I'm just thinking, what are you talking about?
God bless it.
Hey, we've got a long list of full of shit liar presidents. I mean, yeah, why not? We'll just, we get Elizabeth Warren and show, Listerino. I mean, like, I don't know. Elizabeth Warren is never going to be fucking president, and I'm usually right about these types of things. I'm only 29, so I've only got like, I don't know, 3 years under my belt of going like, yeah, that person's gonna crash and burn. Elizabeth Warren will crash and burn because the Democratic Party has yet to learn their lesson. But fortunately for them, the Republican Party was not ready for actual nationalist change and a change in the party. So that's why we're still screwed on that. And they've got a few more years. They don't really have to worry about it nearly as much. But it's funny how they pick and choose, because Sean King, totally black. That's fine. Apparently his mother's a whore, and no amount of
Holy shit,
I
that
will
is the
say-
best.
But Rachel Dolezal's off for some reason. That's a big fucking that's a difference for some reason. Elizabeth Warren, you know what? She's old. She's been there a while, and she's a woman, so she has that working for her. It's a tricky game that you play. I mean, you gotta weasel your way in there just right. But it's because she's a fucking Democrat, and that's also a funny thing that white people in general do. Is they're like, yeah, I'm 116 Cherokee. I'm like, nah, you're not. You're not. 23andMe. Let's get a 23andMe and find out.
Easy there, Walker, Texas Ranger. You're not that Indian.
Yeah.
Brett.
That was me. That's still me.
Yeah, we lost Braden
Okay.
there for a minute. Braden, you want to repeat what that last couple sentences?
Oh, just a 23andMe for any of. God damn it, Jay. 23andMe for any of these people that like Sean King. I mean, I dare say Rachel Dolezal might actually be blacker than Sean King. Let's get a 23andMe and let's find out. Like,
Yeah, it's very possible.
Our buddy Facepalm Reality, we all know Facepalm. He did a skit about Sean King, or Talcum X, whatever you want to call him, joining the Young Turks, and he had a black light on him, and his whole spiel, and he always talks about it whenever he does Sean King, is calling his mom a whore. He's like, my mom is a whore.
Yeah.
Even when
Yeah.
he did the ice cream, he's like, she got all over the Neapolitan.
Yeah, it's,
Yeah, whatever, white chocolate.
Facepalm Reality is hands down one of the most underrated fucking animators on YouTube that I know. The guy is so fucking funny. I love him to death. So big old shouts out to one of the funniest motherfuckers out there, I guess.
yeah, we
It's
love
his newest
some
video.
facepalm reality around here.
Yeah, Bill only got 500 views. It's a disappointment.
It's ridiculous. See, if he was a little more racist, then like he could or actually racist, he could come and work on my site, But no.
But no.
All right.
But no, he has
Freaking
to
morals
not be
and whatnot.
racist. What an a-hole.
I know, what a dick. It's like, come on, man. Like, Hitler's probably really easy to draw. Just figure it out. You can work for my side.
Oh, jeez.
Oh my gosh.
Here's the Jew. Name him. That's all you gotta do.
Well, speaking
This
of
is Jew Goldstein.
speaking of absolute degeneracy, let's talk about BuzzFeed.
Oh, we're going with BuzzFeed degeneracy.
So you guys probably saw the news bit that came across. Actually, Bryden, one of your buddies broke the story. You want to let us know what it is?
Yeah. So I was watching Tucker Carlson, and Ben Smith, he's an editor at BuzzFeed, had said that one of Baked Alaska's tweets, which Tucker Carlson read on the air, which was hilarious to see, about how he had said, "Hey, I like Justin Bieber. Justin Bieber is my spirit animal," which is pretty gay, but honestly, I like Justin Bieber too.
It's racist.
Fair enough. Somebody came. Well, that's what somebody said. They said you can't say
Spirit
that.
animals racist.
Yes, they said it's cultural appropriation of Native Americans. You can't say that. And that's when he was like, okay,
Bullshit.
yeah.
Spirit guides.
And that's the way they treat. That's the way they treat people with BuzzFeed. And he, obviously was treated poorly because he, likes Trump. And the whole thing was on, does the media have a liberal bias? And BuzzFeed obviously does. And Ben Smith, his stupid ass, sitting there and saying, "Oh yeah, he just obviously is a guy that didn't like working there." And then he started tweeting about how the Jews run the media and all this. And Tucker's like, "Well, yeah, I mean, maybe he's a crazy person, but like that has nothing to do with. I mean, did you guys treat him nicely or whatever?" And they were like, "Well, we don't treat people any differently if they're conservative or liberal or whatever."
And he said that with a straight face. He said that with a straight face.
Yep. And
Wow.
then Baked Alaska had some screen caps of the social media something or rather. Her name is Macy, who works at BuzzFeed, who
Macy
were
Thornton.
Yes, talking about how, maybe he'll get assassinated. Maybe that'll be a good thing. This was before the actual election. And I haven't heard anything from Ben Smith. But, yeah, BuzzFeed, you got to knock that shit off. Or at least, I mean, everybody that works there is a fucking total shitlib piece of shit. But that's a Slack chat. Yeah, and they're fucking commies. But it was Slack chat. It was supposed to just be kind of a ingest thing maybe. But not when my boy Baked is there.
Well, the thing is, I'm looking at the screen caps right now, and everything after she says maybe someone will assassinate him is LOL, 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 all straight down the line. And Infowars.com, Bill Clinton is a rapist, is reporting that they're walking this back, saying that, well, she wasn't an employee. She was, basically like a contractor or something to that effect. But either way,
contractors.
I mean, if BuzzFeed is pretty much the septic tank of the internet. I mean, Pornhub has more credibility as a news organization than BuzzFeed. And
they aired the video of Multilocks. That was pretty good.
Oh no, God! Oh God!
I don't want to. I don't want anything.
No,
like
where she got punched in the face.
Very nice, very nice.
That's funny.
There is no spirit animal in Native American religions. There's a spirit totem, a guide, but a spirit animal is y'all being racist as shit.
Yeah, and I don't.
Yeah. That's Italian tears on the side of the road crying a litter. That's fake shit. That's.
Well, it was some fucking white piece of shit. That was the thing. It's one of these white little fucking lib shit that's just like, oh, I heard that's a thing. And it's like, bitch, you watch Fight Club and everybody's spirit animal's a fucking penguin. And that's, that's the way that they treat people that they don't agree with at BuzzFeed. And that's, if that's the way that they want to run their shit, then more power to them. Go ahead and do it. I don't care. It's like, The fucking like private message groups of ARC. I mean, it's like if you took screen caps of them, you'd be like, those guys, they say some like terrible stuff, and you're like, yeah, we also print it. Like, go to the site. It's like but
at least you guys are honest about where you're coming from. At least you're honest about it.
Exactly, and that's what BuzzFeed needs to do. I mean, that's why BuzzFeed News, which if you guys know Brianna Sachs, go ahead and find her on Twitter. Tell her, first of all, she's not a real journalist, and two, she still owes me a date. I mean, I don't know. You can catch me on one of her streams down in Cudahy, California. I threw up a wonderful Roman salute, and she still wasn't impressed. I don't know. She's got to give me some babies.
Bryden talks a good game, but as a member of the ARC Media group, we basically just talk about whether biscuits are cookies or not.
That's also true. That's
we end up fighting with the English contingent of ARC Media on what constitutes a biscuit. The French definition of what a biscuit is.
The terrifying truth about the alt-right is it's that.
So Bryden, oh, sorry, go ahead.
Good. I was gonna say it's all our traps gay, and what's the difference between a biscuit, a cookie? And,
traps are gay, bro.
Traps are not gay. The very act of seeking a trap is a straight act, because you are trying to procreate with the species. You're trying to 1 and 0.
Go work for BuzzFeed. Go work for BuzzFeed.
That's our fight.
Jay, I could see that Jay working for BuzzFeed. It would be top keck, which is now a racial slur. But Bryden, to your point about what you're talking about with the, I've totally lost my train of thought. I was going to connect it to what you're saying. Maybe you'll put it together. So I was browsing R the Donald yesterday, and this guy was on there. It was white liberals being offended for other people is kind of what you were talking about, and stirring this crap up. So this guy posted this screenshot of this complete insane person who goes off on a thing like, hey, you know what? Tomorrow's Cinco de Mayo. When the day comes, if you wear a sombrero, if you say happy, blah, 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 just a whole list of stuff that white people can't do on Cinco de Mayo, I will personally destroy you and, make sure that you get put in your place, was basically the thing. And then, because he says, because you know what? This is a sacred holiday where Mexicans are celebrating their Independence Day. And then the next line is a comment from someone where he is written on there, block the name out, but it says actual Mexican student. Mexico did not have their Independence Day on Cinco de Mayo. So it's this white liberal going nuts, telling everybody what they can and can't do, just like the a Christian right was doing 20 years ago. Moral busybody, and then the guy, because it's Mexicans, it's the Mexican Independence Day. It's not. You idiot. So yeah.
Well, I would say that the Christian right was only saying, hey, this is what you can and can't do because it fits our ideology, it fits our worldview. And I mean, like, I'm a Christian myself. I'm not one of those evangelicals. I'm Catholic. We got our own thing going on. No bully, please, no bully. But it's different than, this is our ideology, and this is why it needs to be this way. We are conserving these values in our country and in our presence, versus you get these white liberals who are speaking up for, like, especially it's white women doing this. But I mean, the fucking beta male faggot, orbiters, you can bleep that. Orbiters and these pieces of shit say, like, speaking on behalf of other cultures and shit like that. That's just, I guess it's become its own religion then. Like, this Marxism is its own fucking religion. And if they really want to be anti-white towards anybody, they ought to be anti-white towards the people that are trying to speak up for them and just be like, oh, you can't do this because of the thing. When I'm just saying, I don't care what you do, just please do it elsewhere. Is like that's all of the people that they're really mad about, not like the Trump people, but the people they're really mad about are the separatists and segregationists who are just saying, do it elsewhere. And I don't even know why they're mad at them. I don't want to go all DR3, Dims are the real racist or anything like that, but it's different than the Christian right. I got to stick up for the Christian right on that because I like me some Buchanan.
No, I'm not talking about I'm not talking about the Christian right now. I'm talking about the Christian right 20, 30 years ago. They had had that kind of stranglehold on the South and was wanting to legislate their version of morality. And it seems like they have faded as the culture has gotten I guess much less uptight. Now you have the left-wing psychopaths adopting that sort of those sort of tactics where they want to legislate their morality to everyone, tell everyone how they should act, what they can say, what they can wear, who they can date, what food they can eat because it might be cultural appropriation, what they can wear, all that stuff. All that stuff that the Christian right was doing 20, 30 years ago, those tactics now are being employed by the far left.
Well, that's the Marxism aspect. That's the Marxism aspect of that. I mean, the things that you're talking about like 20, 30 years ago with like the paleo conservatives, I think those guys are great. What they were doing was preserving their, land, their way of life and their worldview. Whereas
culture.
When you say, in culture, and you're saying that it's become less uptight, I think it's degenerated quite a bit. It's degenerated to the point that we are preserving bullshit things that don't matter. But overall, I mean, you shouldn't, be celebrating a lot of these things that are celebrated. I mean, you can't say like, what's great? Homosexuality. I'm like, well, statistically speaking, no. I mean, like the disease, the lack of birth of children, single moms. I'm a proud single mom doing the best I can. That's not good. We shouldn't be celebrating those types of things. So society has degenerated to that point.
Well, I was going to say, I come from a background. I grew up in that sort of that Christian right type of environment. And so, I mean, I guess, there's the argument to be made about homosexuality as far as diseases and procreation, et cetera. But I'm very much a libertarian, left-leaning libertarian, where I really don't give a shit what you do as long as you're not hurting somebody else. What's that?
Yeah, I mean, butt sex and blowjobs, that's where it's at. But I got the 2 points. One is Braden thinks we're professional enough to have a bleep button, which is hilarious.
That is pretty funny.
Then back to Cinco de Mayo. It's literally just a celebration of winning an unlikely fight. Like the Mexicans went after the French, and they were outnumbered, and they surprisingly won. French learned how to give up, and they've been doing it ever since. So there's no independence. It was just a victory, a single fight that is commemorated by the victory over the French forces.
Kind of like a barroom brawl.
Basically, I mean, yeah, but it's celebrated. I mean, there's parades, there's food, drink, there's lore, there's dancing. Well,
it kind of seems more just more of a reason to party, kind of like soccer is a reason to riot.
The September 16th is Mexican Independence Day. So yeah, the Cinco de Mayo is it's off by a couple of months.
Well, there was I'm sorry.
Well, just I wanted to agree with both of you except for Brash going, oh, I'm a lefty tree hugger. This is
I said left-leaning libertarian, my friend.
You're a right-leaning libertarian, buddy.
Right? Okay. Well, maybe I am. I'm libertarian is the important part.
Well, that's how when you qualify libertarian, that's mostly the left stuff, but you don't cater to the bullshit. So that's how you cut it.
Mostly for me, the left stuff is I don't understand. I won't get into it, but yeah, mostly just leave people alone. That's kind of my philosophy is if you're not hurting anyone, You should be allowed to do what you want to do.
Which is
The show
where
is
we
so
get into
short, and
about
it's not
sex
my
and
show.
blowjobs.
There's so much, but I'm gonna whatever. We can. You're on your way. It's fine. We'll find. Well, you'll find yourself coming our way eventually when you realize that that's fucking not impossible. That's just fucking not possible. But there was over here in California, there was a fraternity that got shut down for having a Cinco de Mayo thing, and I guess they were, this was like planned or whatever. I don't know if they did it early, but like people were wearing sombreros, and it was like, oh, that's terrible, and the fraternity got into trouble, and it's they demanded that they have racial sensitivity classes, which is a thing I'm seeing constantly from these undesirables, these undesirable communists, and they just happen to, not be white. That they want these racial sensitivity classes. But I'm sorry, who the fuck is wearing a sombrero that's not in a mariachi band? So why would you be offended by that? I'm not. If somebody like pretends to be a leprechaun. Like, I'm not going to be like, oh, laddie, you can't do that because they're Irish. Like, it's like, dude, nobody's a leprechaun. So it's like, it was, even when I heard about the story, it was on KFI. And they said, oh, just do it about the Irish because they don't care. And it's like, well, you know what? Fuck you a little bit.
Put down that goddamn potato. We're not talking anymore.
Hey, Patty Pride worldwide.
Yeah. That's like so different from where I live right now. We just made it legal for women to be in sororities, because up until last year, there was a law in the books that if you have 6 women who are not related by blood in the same roof, under the same roof, no matter what, it was a brothel.
Pretty awesome.
So we just got out of that. So we're introducing sororities this year, and I'm pretty sure they're going to get shut down after a Pimps and Hoe party.
Yeah, that'll be your downfall right there. I don't know why you let 6 women in the same room. They'll start getting all these ideas, and I don't like it.
Pretty soon the sandwiches aren't getting made, and the oven's getting rusty. Just no good comes to this.
Oh, the oven will never get rusty when I'm around. But
we'll find some use for it. Even if I can't cook.
Oh man, this is getting deep and heavy.
Turn down the racism to 2, and he's still out there, people.
yeah, he's okay. Oh boy, but yeah, all right. Well, hey, why don't we move into our next topic?
I think we're running away from this topic.
I think we might be. Yeah, let's run away from this topic and move into one that Brendan is very fond of. Very fond of.
Well, what was that name?
He's very fond. He's very fond of this day.
Is he here?
Because it's for him, it's the annual celebration of getting a new cell phone.
Tell us more about May Day, Brendan.
Oh yeah. Brendan Protector here.
Protector.
Yeah, way to get my name right there, Brash. That's
oh, I'm sorry.
Braden.
What did I say?
Oh yeah, it's fine.
You called
Did I say Braden?
You said Brendan.
Oh my God, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. Bryden. Yes, I know it's Bryden. I apologize.
And now back to get my name right with Brian Protractor.
Brian Protractor. Go ahead, Brian. Mr. Protractor.
Well, I wanted to go down to May Day because people who don't know what May Day is, it's a massive commie riot. Every year happens all across the world. It originally started as like a labor thing, which
they didn't want to do
it's a labor thing. Right. Yeah, it's a union type thing. And then now it's just a big excuse for Antifa to express how angry they are at Starbucks. And I decided to go downtown with my Periscope there on my phone. And it was funny because I was looking for Baked. And I'm like, okay, where the fuck is this guy? I know he's down there. I stopped off at this little hole in the wall bar. I had a beer, charged my phone, and did all that. And I start wandering over. And I did a good 20 minutes of just wandering through the park, Like, I'm deep behind Antifa enemy lines, dude. I'm just like wandering around, Make America Great Again shirt on, like trying to buy stuff with a popsicle I bought from this like traveling, ice cream salesman guy, just like drunk as shit, being a total dickhead, wandering through their like band, like laughing at them when they're like threatening me. I'm like, whoa, whoa, whoa. Why? Look, see, I told you they were aggressive. Look at them. And it's just like a black lady, like with her hand in my face. I'm like, what are you doing? Oh, no. Oh, yeah, I thought we were all about peace and pot, and, all these things. And I'm like, watching people whip out their phones and like start filming me. And there was this very tall black man.
iPhone.
Yeah, their iPhones, obviously. And this one black gentleman, if you could call him that, I'll call him that on your show. He starts filming me, and I'm like, he following me around, and I start following him around. And I'm trying to move around, like, where he's at, move over the things, using it to block his face. And I'm like, oh, what's going on? And anytime he was like right in my face, I go, I'm Bryden Proctor, go to Arc Media. And he like runs away. I'm like, no, come back. It's Arc Media, arcmedia.org. Like, I'm trying to, do the thing. And I'm yelling at him. Go, my name's Bryden Proctor. I don't know what else you want. Another guy's like taking pictures of me. And I go, wait, let's get a good one. Can I pose? Like, get a good face, get like a good shot of my face for it's going down. Like, do it. Just make sure you get a good shot of me. I'm like wandering around doing this thing. I go back in, like I wandered down the street because I was told like there was some more people down the street, but I guess Baked had already left. And I was like, fuck this. I got to go back to the train station anyway. So I'm going to go back through. And as soon as I come back, there's this like zitty little woman who's like, you're just going to get kicked out of here. I go, well, kick me out. Go ahead, kick me out. And I see these guys doing skateboard tricks, and they were awesome because I went over and I recorded their skateboard tricks, and they were nice to me. And then there's this fat fucking grande meal, with like this militant gear on, and it's La Caca, and I'm like, well, what's that? Found out later it means the castle. I don't know if there's some type of group or something. He was like, are you filming? I go, well, yeah. You seem to be pretty proud of it. What is it? Tell me, what is it? I'm genuinely curious. And I was. And then these little roaches that they are started to surround me. And
Cockroaches?
yeah, la cucaracha, into the oven you go. Raid. But they start surrounding. So I start moving my camera around and I go, oh, look what they're doing. And this Google, he slapped my phone out of my hand, and they start to just stomp the shit out of it like it was Rodney fucking King. All right, like I didn't know my phone was this fucking racist, but they stomped the shit out of it. And by this point, that zitty little woman had wandered over there and be like, how are you making America great? And I go, well, I voted for a guy. I mean, how are you? And we were supposed to be having a conversation. By the time I looked back up, they had all retreated because apparently I can't imagine what was running through their minds other than like, oh no, we damaged his property and he didn't leave. Now what do we do? Because they retreated back up to the little hill that they were on. And all I could think was like, yeah, I got another phone at home. Like that one was free. Okay. So I'm like still trying to talk to her about this. And this wild-eyed drug addict, because they all, are that, comes over. And this is the line that I'll never forget is he goes, like looking at her and scolding her and says, you're actually trying to dialogue with him? It's like, okay, you guys clearly don't want to talk. Like, so, just ended up leaving. And then one of them was following me, apparently. I didn't even notice, which is funny because, I mean, the smell is real. But somebody saw my shirt and was like, MAGA, awesome. And I was like, hey, what's going on? And they were like, those motherfuckers over there are pieces of shit. And I go, yeah, they're commies. And they go, oh, wow, yeah, this is my first, protest. This guy had gone down there with his mom. And she starts talking to me almost immediately about Richard Spencer and the Daily Stormer. And I'm like, this 50-year-old woman is fucking awesome. And, it was the strangest thing. And then we went to a bar, had a beer. gave them my email, and hopefully they'll check it out there. But it was funny because I didn't notice the Antifa guy until this old lady was like, "Oh, is that one of them there?" No, I could tell. Just look at him. And I'm like, "Oh God, yeah." And he was like, "Well, what do you mean?" I go, "Well, you're wearing all black." He goes, "Well, maybe I should be worried about you. You're making Make America Great Again shirt." And I go, "Well, And he wandered off. But apparently, according to her, he was all clenching his fist, walking beside me and shit. But the moral of the story is these people are fucking ridiculous cowards because I'm 5'6" and 130 pounds. And there was nothing but we broke your property. And that's just typical of what you can expect from, a pack of wild Googles.
You were rocking those toothpicks of terror.
Oh, yeah, absolutely, man. Pocket-sized Nazi right here.
That's a nickname I gave to him a couple of Periscopes ago.
It was a good one. Yeah, it's my Twitter name now.
Yeah. It is definitely an excellent Twitter name, that's for sure. Yeah.
So I went to the Skype and got a new cell phone.
Oh, yeah. What'd you get?
No. No, it's my old phone. It's just another shitty old Samsung thing. I use Metro PCS. So anytime you do the thing, they'll just give you a new phone. Like Antifa cost me $15 because I had to switch my number over to my other phone, activate another phone. So shucks, Antifa. I mean, I might be fucking broke, but I have 15 spare dollars, like at all times. So there's that.
Wow, high roller.
I know this guy.
Yeah,
he says $15.80, or he says $15, but really it's $14.88.
Probably.
Oh, yeah.
Bryden, have
He
you
just
heard of our sponsor, 1488 Milk?
Oh yeah, that was my first introduction to you guys' show. I was telling Jay, I was like, "That's fucking great." Yeah.
Yeah, 1488 Milk. It's our favorite brand. It's the most racially pure of the milks. If you want to purify your breakfast, you just go ahead and pour it on there. There's no better way to raise up the next generation of Aryan children than 1488 brand milk.
I see nothing wrong with that.
Not
to be used with Cocoa Puffs.
Yes, not to be used with Cocoa Puffs. Yeah, we use that to illustrate. We use that to illustrate the absurdity of the left calling everything under the sun racist. And we'll get into.
Is this how we're working transitions now?
Sure, why not?
I miss Jay. I miss Macoptra.
Yeah, he's our transitions guy. I'm just filling in. But so everything under the sun is racist, including the hand symbol for OK. Who would have thought? Who would have thought that 4chan would propagate another joke upon the left and they'd fall for it? Who would have thought?
I would have. I mean, it's kind of obvious.
I think everybody but the left would have thought that was pretty obvious.
And that did have something to do with Mike Cernovich. Him and that lolcow
Cernovich.
Mindset, mammalian mindset. Everything under the sun now is, and if you read the article, it literally goes into talk about the white power symbol, which is the W and like a retard P, where you twist your wrist backwards just to get a P in there, and it states it, and it clearly defines that is the symbol, and it's not the freaking OK. Like, it's right in the article, and the writer completely glosses over it. But 4chan, in their infinite wisdom, managed to expand it to nearly the entire alphabet.
Yep. There's some great examples in there. One I'm sure Bryden. One I'm sure Bryden is fond of is Keck.
I'm not gonna say it. I'm not gonna say it here. I already messed up with the FAG word, so I'm not gonna.
Oh, that's adorable. He still thinks we have beep technology.
Yeah, I know, right?
You know, I believe me, I would have unloaded. Just I know you can get YouTube strikes and all of that.
That's true. That's true.
Wanted to just be like, oh yeah, hey, Bryden, yeah, we had you on the show. Now we don't have a fucking show anymore. Thanks.
Yeah, that would be unfortunate, wouldn't it? But yeah,
all 7 of our viewers would be disappointed.
Yes, all 7 of them. Oh, by the way, guys, I did tweet out and tag you guys in the tweet that the show had started. Probably should have mentioned that about 45 minutes ago, but
So what are we talking, like 9 viewers?
Yeah, probably well, with Bryden, we may be up to even a dozen. It's possible.
Oh, we're going double digits. We Kangs now.
We are Kangs. I'm still not sure what Hotep, what the difference between Hotep and Kangs is. You're gonna have to let me in.
Which
on
one
that.
pilots the pyramids again? Which one flies the pyramids?
Kangs are the ones that fly the pyramids, right?
Yeah, Hotep is completely separate.
Okay.
Nobody. See, you're testing my limits of using racial slurs at this point.
Okay, so there's the OK symbol. Obviously, that was all over the place. White power. What were some of the other ones that have?
Well,
was the go ahead.
They started with the emojis. They went through the emojis and they gave the hands together. The prayer sign was something like praying for more gas for the.
Oh yeah,
the ovens.
That's pretty great.
The thumbs up was a one. The thumb is a 1 and the 4 knuckles is 4 for the 14 words.
Yes, that's right.
If only we had somebody here who knew the 14 words. Anybody?
We must secure the existence of our people and a future for white children. Yeah, I thought the thumbs up was incredibly creative. I did not know that they did it with all the emojis, but this has been going on for a while because I was telling people for the longest time this was the new Heil, and it was it was funny, and they kind of picked up on it in the alternative media and like the lib shit commie media and stuff. But that all came from Trump. We know that. It's like this. It was like, losers like Pizza Party Ben and stuff that like really got that going. And it was a nice little fun thing to do. Nothing is more creative than making this fucking racist. And the white power on that, I thought was peak. That's great. But there was also trash stuff, if you remember. Like, This is a whole big thing that is going to continue until people like Tariq Nasheed stop fucking believing it. Because if you put a swastika on anything, you can just now say they're so sensitive and so scared that all you got to do is just go, and that means white people stuff. And they go, oh my God. So if you got any ideas, skinny jeans.
They have a whole language.
Well, for fuck's sakes, the whole milk thing is just insane. Like, why? How do you even get there to make a dairy product racist? Makes no sense.
Because
all Asians are lactose intolerant.
Well, blacks too. It's it's anything like the rainbow gay pride flag. I saw some stuff today.
Oh God, that was so funny.
It's separate is beautiful, mixed is ugly. And it's just like, yeah, no, we're rolling with that one. We're gonna roll with all of these. And I've been saying for a while, put a swastika on anything and they'll just run away from it in terror. Like, yeah, kind of like a crucifix, it was like in The Exorcist, it's like, you can make their fucking head spin around and vomit if you just run at them with a swastika. Or tell them it's a swastika. It didn't even have to be a swastika. You just tell them it is. And they flip the fuck out. We should make like all food just racist. Just like a milk was a good start. Let's do like bread. Let's seriously reduce them to eating dirt. Even their favorite bands, like they even Spencer was like, Depeche Mode is the official band of the alt-right. And Depeche Mode had to come out and say, fuck you, Richard Spencer. But that's not, like
Holy
synthwave.
Shit, Depeche Mode's alive?
Yeah, they're good. But like synthwave, vaporwave, all of that, that's the official music of the alt-right. All of that shit that you like, yeah, no, that's just ours now. And that's the beauty of this is they're so terrified. You can just say anything. Like, you know what? Not shitting your pants. That is the official stance of the alt-right is you shouldn't poop your pants. So we'll just get all of these people out there shitting themselves. We've
Oh,
already
work for
got
feminists.
undercuts. We've already got undercuts and suits. You know, we're forcing them to dress like shit to not look like us. We look like GQ people. They look like garbage.
You pissed your pants? That's so cool.
Well, I mean, it worked on the feminists. Remember the whole solidarity with sexual assault victims?
Free
You have to pee yourself. So there's a bunch of feminists
Yeah.
posting photos of them having urinated themselves. It's just, I mean, they'll do anything at all to get those virtue brownie points.
Well, I know it's a boomer meme to say like liberalism is a mental illness, but at what point do you have to go like, yeah, I mean, you're just peeing yourself and not bathing, and you're going, this is like height equality. I don't know. I can't really argue with it.
Well, and I mean, is it possible that liberalism attracts people with mental disorders?
I think to a certain degree.
Easy
I think to a
now.
certain. Well, I think to a certain degree it does, but also, you know, we just in the sake of fairness, we've got our fair share of loonies out there.
Oh, of course.
You know, but they don't seem to be as prominent. You know, people always want to go, oh, Dylan Roof, he was an alt-righter. And I'm like, well, he wasn't. He went to Stormfront. He was a very disturbed dude. And if he would have found the alt-right and found, like, you know, he could have wrote for my fucking website instead of going and killing innocent people. You know, like he could have used all of that information that he had and that, you know, passion that he had to not be a fucking lunatic and a bad person to do bowl cut stuff. But you don't find that as often as you find Islamic terrorists, you know, and you go, well, no, they're ours. We love Islam. But they just pee themselves. Like, what was that? I don't know if it was a troll or not. What was that tweet that you sent me earlier, Jay? That shit was fucking hilarious. That had to have been a troll.
Which one?
Peeing outside
That's
of
in a
Trump
lot of
Tower.
things. Oh no, that is not a troll. That is an actual something that was supposed to happen at 6 p.m. for the feminist allies, the men who were they were gonna pee at the circle around Trump Tower and pee at Trump Tower.
Oh wow! What a
Classic.
way to show Trump, you know.
And somebody responded like, sex is just a social construct, ladies. You can do it all yourselves. You don't need allies for it.
Why do they need these men to come to their rescue and pee? Why can't they just pee themselves?
Exactly.
I thought feminists could, you know, do stuff, everything a man can do and more.
Yeah. Just besides from open a milk jug and crack open a bottle of pickles.
Man. Oh,
I will be accepting letters, ladies.
oh, we're gonna get letters for this one, big
I get
time.
letters.
We're gonna get
I
letters
want
from
letters.
all 3 of our viewers, every single one of them. So, all right, you guys have any more to say on the hate signs? I have to say the flag one was pretty clever. You run all those gay colors together and they become brown. So it's racist to separate the colors.
It got even
Pretty
more
great
in
stuff.
depth. It got even more in depth than that, if I could find it, because they made like fake, you know, Hitler's Germany propaganda and stuff, and like inserted the rainbow flag and like all of these things, and how each color signified, like red was for our blood and like purple was for our virtue. Like, I mean, all of these fucking like hilarious things. And you would think that anybody would go, okay, that's retarded. But then did you see the Tariq Nasheed tweet where he said they purposely put out calling it a hoax? You know, these white supremacists, according to him.
That.
Yeah, it's, I mean, Trash Dove. Everybody, you know, wants to, like, we turned Trash Dove into some weird thing that happened in Korea on Facebook into super racist in a matter of like 16 hours. Wendy's racist. You know, like it's kind of phenomenal.
Wendy's was last week's sponsor.
Yes, it was.
Yeah, feed a family, feed a white family of 5 for $14.88.
Also, speaking of that the guy I hate for the content of his character and not the color of his skin.
Yep.
Which I saw you rip off earlier, you bastard.
Yeah, I did.
He donated $20 to some black guy, which is the name.
Yeah, I
It's
saw that.
and he's like, yeah, keep up the propaganda.
Keep ripping off those white supremacists.
Yeah, you keep feeding that flame. You're doing a good job, buddy.
Yeah, you're doing a great job of tricking all those white supremacists. It's like, what are you talking about, you moron?
Like, yeah, we go to some black guy for our validation. Thank you.
Yeah, that guy's such an idiot.
Take my money.
I've been he's never, he doesn't ever respond really to anybody other than a few here and there, but I love tweeting that guy, just telling him what an asshole he is, because he is.
You can tweet him.
He's one of those guys.
I got super
yeah,
blocked.
he hasn't blocked me yet. But yeah, I can't stand that guy. I mean, again, talking about hypocrisy, that guy is the epitome of leftist regressive hypocrisy.
Well,
I may have gotten banned from him by mentioning that I had wished Harambe had gotten shot before he fathered him.
Harambe had gotten what?
I wish Harambe had gotten shot before he fathered him. Tariq Nasheed.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Well, the thing is, okay, look, I wish I lived in Tariq Nasheed's world, because then my whole life would be set up for me. It would be awesome. Like in Tariq Nasheed's world, which he doesn't even believe, it's whites rule the land. Like, we just like, it's Jurassic Park, and we're just like, out there just like, Whiteosaurus Rex, like out there just really, really running the show. Yeah, I would love to live in that world, because then my life would be better. But instead, we live in a world of white supremacy, apparently, and I'm not reaping the benefits from it. So it makes me question my own identity. At that point, I'm like, wait, hold on. I do love Kanye a lot. Maybe I'm not seeing something here. I don't know.
To get just slightly off topic, I mean, we're talking about Farik, but just sliding it over to Black Hitler failing to appear on the Blair White show. that is also some propaganda bullshit.
Wait. Sorry, you cut out. What was what was it?
Blair had scheduled a argusation with Black Hitler today for her channel.
Oh, okay.
And Tuesday, 2 days before the scheduled event, Black Hitler comes out with like a rider. I don't know if you know what a rider is, but when you're famous and you have these conditions that have to be met before you appear for a event or show or whatever the case may be. And he demanded that half the proceeds of the event, which is just the conversation with Blair, go to the United Uhuru Socialist Black Guy Party, whatever the shit that was.
What hell proceeds is he talking about?
Whatever the monetization. She offered to demonetize it so that there was no money made, but he wanted what is the name of his group? The African Socialist People's Party, People's Alliance, whatever.
So basically, he backed out. He didn't do the show.
No, he didn't do the show, but he demanded,
of course,
that 50% of the proceeds go to his group. Like every month, she write a check for that money. And Blair, she's not going to write reparations. Fuck that. And then he wanted the timekeeper to be a member of Uhuru or the United African Black Workers, whatever. It's just whatever that group is. Socialist, black. I don't think black and workers are in the same sentence together.
I've got a word for it.
No, you don't. No, stop it. We don't have a beat button.
We do not have a beat button.
Not
yet. Maybe next time.
And it's based in Niger, so if you could quit saying the hard R, I'd appreciate it. The Uhuru Foundation is they also wanted the moderator to be a member of his group. Half the proceeds going to the Uhuru group, the timekeeper to be a Uhuru, and for them to have control over at any point, if they weren't satisfied with the debate, that they had the ability to take it down.
Okay,
You
and
know-
that sounds like the Mayweather Pacquiao fight, dude. Like,
yeah, exactly. All this was this is just a way for him to get out of it. It sounds like he didn't want to do it. So, if you won't meet my simple requirements, then we're just not going to be able to have this debate. I'm just not going to be able to do it.
yeah, it's weird how a black guy would go out of his way to avoid fucking work. I mean, it's just like, oh my god, what a mess. No, because I would have watched those two things go at each other, and it would have been funny. But
Bryden, that line behind you. Yeah, step back behind it.
I'm behind.
Step back behind the line, sir.
I'm behind it. I mean, I'm not a fan of Blair White. I'm not a fan of whatever he is that Black Hitler is doing. The only reason I don't like calling him Black Hitler is because I don't like Sargon that much. And I know he coined the phrase, but it's kind of funny.
What is he's not gay? What is he? Two spirits or what's it called? Gays is for whites. He's different.
Oh, of course.
he's two penis, whatever the fuck they call it. He's one of them. I think they're spear tossers or something.
I thought he was a girl. Oh yeah. See, now I need to step behind the line. I thought he was a fucking girl for the longest time. I really did. There
was about a 3-day period where I was not sure, because that is the best shaved black man I've ever seen.
Well, you can never tell. I mean, just with those people, you can never tell. I mean, but I don't know. I mean, like, the only videos I've really seen is him like demeaning the shit out of white people and
pay reparations.
Yeah.
Like, calm down, Chris Tucker.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that
I don't
guy,
know.
He's kind of crazy. That's for sure.
I don't know why.
You know that that guy in the background is running for mayor of some town in Florida.
Which guy?
The bearded guy, the white guy, who's just in the background of his videos. Like, yes, sir, I'll pay reparations.
Is he actually
running for mayor?
Is he running?
Yeah.
Or is it like he's just on
it's
the
not a
ballot?
campaign. It's a movement.
Get it right.
He's running. No, that's what he calls it. He's like, it's not a campaign. It's a movement. And I'm like, no, you're just... I don't know what's going on there.
Imagine hating yourself that much. I mean, I have to at least give Blair White credit for being like, oh, okay, I am, whatever. I mean, I think he's a crazy person, but overall conducts himself in a way that is like not the same as I don't even know what Black Hitler calls himself. Can you imagine being like subservient to Black Hitler and saying, yeah, I need to because what are they doing for that guy? Are they blowing him? Are they giving him half his paycheck? What's going on? It seems very culty. It seems like it's a YouTube like cult.
Oh, it's super culty, yeah. And if you look at the video, like the first 3 people he talks to, they all have ambiguous names, and you're not sure if they're men or women. And then after that, it's like 3 Sean Kings. You're like, that guy might be half black. You're like, I'm paying you reparations. I'm like, you're already stealing his. You're appropriating pretty heavy there, sir. So unless your mom's a whore, you're probably white.
Sean King, his mom is the biggest whore. Absolutely the biggest whore. I love how he threw his mom under the bus. Like, he gets caught faking to be a black guy. Well, I talked to my mom and she said that she was whoring it up while my parents were married. So, yeah, I'm probably mixed race.
My mom had so many black dicks in her. She was called the urinal at the Apollo.
Oh my God.
Oh my gosh. All right. Well, guys, let's move on to the last topic, which is one that's coming up. We also had some stuff happen with it this week, and that's the French election. So we have that. Is that tomorrow? Am I thinking
It's
right?
happening now. It's happening now.
Oh, is it right now?
Well, no, it's over the weekend. Yeah,
So it is. It is Friday. Yeah, Friday over there.
days. It's multiple days.
Excellent. And probably the most entertaining, one of the most entertaining things I've seen all week was the one-liner that that Le Pen leveled at Marcon, I'm not sure how to say it. When during the
Do
debate,
you care?
not really. She leveled at Marcon at the debate when she says, "Look, this country's going to be run by a woman one way or the other. It's either going to be me or it's going to be Merkel." I thought that was great.
Yeah, it is. That is a wonderful line. This will end the 7th, and I'm hoping we'll have the information on the 7th, because there's gotta be before weekend.
I have said for the longest time, and I know that there's a the weight of the world is actually against Le Pen, but I've said for the longest time she's going to win. I have a $5 bet with one of my Periscope viewers who brought it up the last time I did a Periscope. So if you're listening out there, motherfucker, you're about to owe me $5. She's going to actually win, and I understand that they are. It's not like our elections, and they have created a coalition against her. But with the fumbles of Macaroon, then recently, and the things about his account in the Caymans, which sunk another candidate with his weird sex thing with I should say it's like 15 years older than him or whatever. That's pretty weird, which sunk another candidate. And
I don't know that she's a teacher. Like, if she was rich, I'd allow it, but she's just a teacher.
He's never Macaroni has never done anything. He's been a banker his whole time. He's never even been a successful one. It's not even like he was a big businessman that like made an empire like Trump. He's done nothing, and he's young. He's like what? He's 39 years old.
Yeah.
Okay. The only thing that Le Pen has going against her is being involved with National Front, and the only thing that National Front has done, because they've been considered kind of loonies, the only thing that she really has to overcome is the connection to her father, who has said something, or had said some things that I personally agree with, that aren't so popular over now regarding a certain tribe of people, and that's it.
Chosen people.
Yeah, the tribe. Listen good, Graham. You vote for Macaroni, okay? But with the things that are coming out about him right now, I think it might sway it. And I still wholeheartedly will pay that $5 if I lose. But I kind of wish I would have put more money on it like I did with the Trump election. I mean, I made out really pretty with the Trump election. So I thoroughly believe Le Pen's going to win. And I kind of think that a lot of our guys are doing a lot to push a lot of the agenda, even over in France. I saw an article saying that alt-right and nationalist memes aren't translating well in France. Bull fucking shit. Pepe's doing his work over there. Absolutely.
Yeah,
just
Pepe,
in a different way.
And a lot of our memes, like they were already in French for some reason. Like they started there, and there's all this talk about the Russians with the Trump election. Meanwhile, today we had Obama pimping out his brand for macaroni.
Oh, really?
Considering, yeah, he did in Parlez-vous Frenchy of macadamia, whatever the shit his name is. To do that,
Macarena.
That's what we're going with. They continue to that the Russians are involved, yet we got Obama putting his nose in it, just like we had Brexit and every other election. He just keeps jumping in where he's not wanted.
What really offends me about that is he's using his influence to try to sway a foreign election. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's the left has taught me that's really bad, and it's like the most evil thing that could possibly happen. But I guess it's okay in that regard.
I mean, the funny thing is, I mean, it's what you know, was
It's all
spouted.
funny.
I mean, it's kind of like, you know, it's that Trumpian rhetoric of like, this election is not about right versus left. It's about globalists versus nationalists. And it's true. I mean, you're seeing the big globalist players put their pieces out there, like Obama, and you're seeing the nationalists. You know, I mean, we lost in the Netherlands, but that guy was a fucking Zionist anyway.
We actually won in the Netherlands. Still, we gained seats.
Yeah, but
We're had.
I mean, we're running on a fucking real bad demographic fucking time, you know, constraint here. And I don't know, it may be too late for the Netherlands, and if France doesn't, it may even be too late if Le Pen wins. You know, it may even be too late. But I think that the majority of the French people are they want the real French people. I'm not talking about the invaders or the total cucks. They want some change here. They're not going to tell the fucking media because they don't want to be perceived as being this horrible piece of shit, because they've been so caught up in that social fucking cultural Marxist crap. But, you know, I mean, I think she actually stands more of a chance than what people are saying. But even if she wins, it may just be too late for France. But if she does win, it could spell the end of it could be the end of the EU, which would be phenomenal for
That
Europe
would be
to
phenomenal.
just give people the ability to kick all these invaders out, man. They're
If
coming down.
anybody knows anything, yeah, if anybody knows anything about the EU, it's 3 white Americans.
Okay, guys, question for you. How many days does Paris burn if Le Pen wins the election?
Oh, it'll be a couple of weeks.
Yeah, it'll be
But
bad.
it will be bad, and it'll all be mattresses and phone books just in the streets. But they'll guard the Eiffel Tower to the last man. And some will give up, but the national pride will keep the rest there till death. But speaking of clueless mothers, we had the Braden, who passed the repeal Obamacare? Was that the House or the Senate?
Well, that was the House. Yeah, it's never going to get past the fucking Senate. Yeah,
it's
that
not gonna
happened.
get passed. But the House, the Democrats, after the bill was passed, they serenaded the GOP with the na 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 na.
Hey, good boy.
Hey, goodbye. Because they will not get reelected in 2018. It was a fucking campaign promise we elected them on. We're the ones who elected Trump. We're gonna reelect these douche nozzles as long as we keep dropping bombs on brown people.
Well, this is something where I have to disagree with you, and I have to actually agree with the slutocrats. They might be right. Maybe they won this fucking little game of chess on this, because the thing is, we elected them to repeal and replace something that was not this bullshit that we were presented with. It's not a very good plan. It's really not, which is why I know it's never going to pass the Senate. But we have so much time that all that was like a little, ballsy little move or whatever, and they're trying to invigorate the resistance. Like, I saw some bullshit on one of their pages on the Facebook where they're like, here's how we actually won. So they're just grasping at all of these different straws, and it's political theater is really all it is. I mean, it's not a good plan. It's never going to get passed. But we have too many cucks in the Republican Party to actually get something sensible passed. I mean, it's still going to end up being some Obamacare light style garbage. I don't know. I'm less confident about 2018. I mean, I know Trump will get reelected. They'll find a war or something for some reason for him to get reelected. But I don't know if we're going to maintain a majority. In 2018, when it was supposed to be, we were going to actually get in the Senate more seats, but we'll see. I mean, none of the big players in the Democratic Party are going to go away or anything. It's just political theater, and we need to make our own political theater by maybe just having like some of our guys, like Ron Paul or Rand Paul, runs over there and just just start stabbing the other people, like with katanas. I mean, why not? Why can't you bring guns, to work if you're a congressman or a senator? I mean, why not?
Work for Andrew Jackson.
Yeah, I mean, just do it or beat each other with canes. But yeah, it's political theater and bullshit. They're just wanting to reinvigorate and like keep their base alive and go, we're out there working for you. It's all, it's like it's just a bunch of noise and nonsense. It's like when you eat a lot of Taco Bell, but you also eat a lot of like wheat. Like it's all just farts and like. It doesn't matter, you're not getting anything in or out, it's just fucking, it's garbage. I mean, I'm tired of the political theater on this garbage, dude. Nothing will get done for ages.
As long as we get the border wall started and we continue with the new generation coming up, we're going to have 2 new years of right-wing voters who are cranking out the Pepe memes on a constant basis. We're not separating anywhere. It's still going to be the same split, and then 2 years of high school kids finally being able to vote, and the majority of them are social media conscious, and they see the bullshit for what it is.
Yep.
Now we're going to lose maybe a year to college students, but we're gaining 2 years of high school students.
Yeah, but you're not taking into account how politically apathetic a lot of the new generation of right-wingers are. Because if they are, juniors in high school right now and they're civic nationalist Trumpian Republicans, by the time that they're their second year in college, they're going to be like, you know what? Mussolini is kind of fucking awesome. And they're not really good. I mean, a lot of our guys got really disillusioned with Trump. I wrote a whole article on it. Not thrilled with everything that he's done. I mean, I don't know. The pendulum swings really hard. It swung all the way to this way that we all make fun of all the time. It's gonna swing back the other way, which is gonna be fucking wonderful Puritan fascists.
Well, that happened with Clinton. It was overwhelmingly Democratic for the Clinton administration because of Bush's no new taxes nonsense and the intervention of Ross Perot. But as soon as Clinton got into office, he started with his bullshit, and immediately he lost the House and the Senate at the in 96 or no 94, and then in 98 or 96. We reelected him, which was a shit move to do in the first place, but he ended up staying pretty centrist, and that's how we got the popularity of Newt fucking Gingrich.
Yeah.
I just think that it's gonna come back. I mean, the alt-right is not going anywhere. It's only gaining more popularity, and I think you're gonna see a lot more even just mainstream stuff, where you're going to have those younger generations that are going to come up and they're going to look at me and they go, you're a cuck. Fuck you. Get out of the way. I'm going to be like, but I don't think that we should behead women if they aren't pregnant by 15. And they go, get out of here, cuck. Not that that's going to happen, but it's going to swing. It's going to swing so hard that it's going to kick Elizabeth Warren in her, Cherokee face. But yeah, I don't know, man. I'm not hopeful for the future. I'm a little black-pilled on everything. I was thinking we were going to pick up more seats in 2018, but Trump's not acting in a way that I thought he was going to. Because now this whole let's wait till September. Why wait till September? When you're campaigning again, who cares? There's a certain amount of time where he could have done a lot of stuff. And I don't buy the 4D chess thing. So I think we're going to end up losing a few seats, and we're just going to see more stagnant fucking gridlock, in the legislative branch, and there's not going to be really anything, and we're going to be stuck with what the Democrats have pushed forward, as we always are. We're always stuck with what the Democrats push forward. Are just going to cede ground and try to slow it down and stagnate it. They're not conservatives. They're not conservating anything. They're stagnatism. I don't know, whatever you want to call it. It's like let's try Wallace. Yeah. Well, I'm trying Stagnocrats. Yeah, there you go. I'm trying to think of like a great way for them, because they're not doing anything. They're not aggressive, and they apparently never will be. I mean, it's really unfortunate. So maybe, you could tell me 50 years from now, those kids getting out of high school right now are going to be in office and stuff. But by then, because of demographic shifts, it's going to be entirely too late.
Well, I guess we'll find out in time. We'll see, I guess, what happens with Le Pen over the weekend. We'll have to wait till September for that showdown, which, I don't understand why they're waiting on that either. I'd rather see that. That bill that Ryan put forth was pretty ridiculous.
Weak.
The budget. So yeah, very weak, very weak. That guy needs to go. So
agreed.
Well, guys,
but hey, more time to stack up on bullets and band-aids.
That's true. Okay, guys, we are pushing up close to 90 minutes here. So do you guys have any closing thoughts?
Fucking Braden,
yes, an asshole.
All of these names that aren't my name.
Brandon, Braden, Bryden is your name.
Bryden is actually my name. Yeah.
Yeah.
Look at this.
So we've had one of those three people on the show tonight. I'll let you guess who it is. So, all right. Well, if you guys, Bryden, you have anything to say in closing?
I mean, yeah, I always love to shill for myself. So go ahead and find me on Twitter at Bryden's Funny. That's BRYDENS Funny. Go to my site, ArcMedia, arcmedia.org. We've always got all kinds of articles and podcasts and all kinds of fun things up there. You can find me on the Snapchats and the Instagrams and all of that with a similar name. And if you want to DM me, my DMs are open. If you want to, maybe you're just starting out a podcast, something like that. Maybe you want some ideas, any help with anything like that. We've got a wonderful team of people that are just trying to get out some more far-right views to people. And if you want me to come onto your show and try not to say racist things, I'd also love to do that. So always down to talk to people, but most importantly, check out Hollywood Babylon on Arc Media. That's going to be every Sunday. We're going to be doing our 10th episode this Sunday. We've got a great group of some bad goyim that do some really edgy comedy, political stuff based around California, and most specifically Los Angeles. So,
you notice he said try not to say more racist things, not say more racist things.
Yeah,
the attempt will be made.
I mean, at least there's the effort put forth. So,
well, if anybody has ever heard me on anything else, I'm pretty sure that they could look at this and go, "Holy shit, he did a pretty good job."
Well,
I didn't hear a timer go off and him invite the next batch of Jews in the oven or nothing.
Oh my gosh.
I'm just edgy, man. I'm super edgy. It's satire, guys. It's all satire, okay? It's super satire, right?
See that clean-shaven face? Edge. It's got that edge to shave with.
Edge razors. What kind of shaving cream do you use?
I use Barbasol.
Barbasol?
So do I.
Barbasol, Dollar Shave Club, dude. It's cheap. I don't know. It's just cheap. I just use that.
Well, I got a 4-pack for like $4.
You do the Shave Club as well?
No, for the Barbasol. It's just
Gotcha.
it's good. It works good. It's pretty darn thick.
It's my dad's brand.
Your
Loves
dad's
it
brand
stuff,
is pretty darn thick.
His brand of a shave cream was Barbasol. So
Well, it's a fucking $1.
yeah, why
Like
not?
I don't know. I've had like some of the stuff. It's like, yeah, it's got menthol in it, and like all of that. And I'm like, yeah, that's all nice and well and good and shit. But I mean, who gives a fuck? You just wake up and you go, yeah, I have cuts on my face. I'm a man. I also put on a tie and a suit and I sit in an office. And somebody goes, you cut yourself shaving. You go, shut up, Tom.
Well, you know, it's that shit that comes out as a gel and then turns into a foam. What's the point? Just
Oh yeah, I
come
don't
out
want
as a foam. What the fuck?
Yeah,
Just another
like
step.
the Gillette.
It's just another step.
Yeah.
Yeah, you
You-
just.
you-
I mean, but the thing is, the people.
You just gotta
the people
smear
make.
it, guy. Smear it.
Well, you make the problem with the Barbasol, and the reason I find people don't like the Barbasol so much is like, oh yeah, just like too much. I'm like, no, just do a tiny squirt and you pat. You pat it on your face. Okay, with the gel, like that's made for like autistes that like have to like smear it because then it
Those-
foams up, right?
Look at those fucking Voldemort
you just
fingers.
pat. You just pat. You just do that, and then you do that, and then you're good to go. You don't have to have the stupid gel. That's dumb. That's dumb.
Well, on that
Yeah,
note,
spider.
I think we're gonna
Real
wrap up.
shaving hours. Real shaving hours.
This is I guess we're gonna try to. I think Jay's already working on it. He's getting a hold of Barbasol, see if they'll sponsor the show next week.
Yeah, the white cream for the white race.
That's right. It's not like that gel stuff that comes out not white. We want to
That
avoid that.
hippie blue shit.
Yeah.
Avoid your pink tax today. Got Barbasol.
Yeah. Oh, brother. All right, guys. Well, we're going to go ahead and wrap it up for this week. Thank you for joining us on another episode of Radiation Therapy. I have been your host, Brash Rhino. With me is Jay and our special guest, Bryden Proctor.
Yeah, he's special, all right. Barbasol, if it's good enough for your great grandfather, it's good enough for you.
And you better damn well like it.